everybody, and welcome to another episode of K-Tapes. This week I have some great stuff to show you. I bought a couple tapes on Saturday. I went there in Seoul because basically I wanted to buy a new VCR because my VCR is kind of giving me a hard time right now. I just want to check some tapes sometimes because some people ask me, oh, what is this movie exactly? Is it widescreen? So some information about the playback of the tapes. And my current VCR is giving me a hard time. I mean, some tapes don't have a real good playback. Sometimes the image will jump, and I don't know if it's the VCR or if it's the tape, so it's kind of a bit annoying. So decided to get a new VCR. So I managed to get a new one. Actually, very happy. I'm gonna show it to you right now. It doesn't look too good though. As you can see, I didn't clean it yet. It looks horrible, to be honest. But I looked inside. The head looks fine, so it's just a question of really cleaning up everything. And the reason I picked it up, because I've seen other VCRs in Seoul that were in way better condition than this one. I mean, but they were all either like Daewoo, Samsung or LG or even Gold Star, which are like the big Korean companies back in the days. By the way, Gold Star, which is LG. And those VCRs are kind of iffy. I mean, you can get a decent one, but it's so random. Like I got like 3 of those in the past. One Samsung, one Samsung, 2 LGs, and they were all crappy, to be honest. So I thought, well, let's go with something else, and I got this Sony VCR. Again, looks terrible from the outside. The inside looks fine. So as long as it plays my tape, I'm happy. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I got today. I'm gonna show you what I got on Saturday. So it's so far it's nothing mind-blowing. I mean, for what I got in the wild, it's nothing too great, but I got some stuff from online, which is actually surprising, and I'll keep that for later. I'll show you. So let's start with the first one. First one for this week is Midnight Meat Train. I don't know if you remember that movie. It's quite interesting, to be honest. Really fun horror film from 2008. This tape dates back from that's November, the release, because you have the exact release date at the very bottom. Let me show you if I can focus. So it's November 2008, so late 2008. And if you remember what I told you before, Korean tapes went on until really early 2011, and the very last American movies to be released on videotape in Korea was about December 2010. So this is one of the very last tapes. I mean, videotapes in Korea were on their last leg when this came out. It's American Ninja 4. Not something that I would normally pick up, for resale or whatever. But since someone asked me for it and it was right in front of me, I picked it up. So here you go, American Ninja 4, and the copy is pretty clean, to be honest. So it's a really nice pick. Actually, the box was a bit beat up, so where I was able just to swap the clamshell with a cleaner one, and it's one from SKC, so the same label as the tape itself, which is nice. Because it's always better to have the casing that matches the label. I mean, sometimes they're like no brand cases, which is fine, but sometimes if you can have the same casing, it's great. The next one, this one is the first time I buy this. It's not that rare. I've seen it like for sale online a few times. I think someone in the States bought it somewhere. Someone has like a whole bunch of Korean tapes that he had for sale, and I remember he had this tape. So this is Scanners 3. I do have a Scanners 2 somewhere in my stuff. I had part 1 before, So 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 are a little bit harder to get, strangely, more than part 1. So yeah, it's nothing outstanding, but I mean the copy is really clean, really good, and it's actually a good looking tape, to be honest. Okay, next one. What do we have? Next we have Future Cop. That's not the right title. The right title, I think, is Firestorm. Anyway, I'll write it down here as usual. So this has Gary Daniels as one of the main actors, and I forgot the other guy, something McQueen. But what's also interesting is in this movie you have I forgot his real name, but that's the guy who was in the WWF, and he was the Ultimate Warrior. Sorry, his name escapes my mind right now, but yeah, featuring the Ultimate Warrior with some really cool scenes, I guess, in this film. So yeah, it's kind of a sci-fi action film. So yeah, typical like early 90s mishmash, straight to video type of film. Looks fun. Okay, do have another one similar to that. Let me pick it up, which is Crossfire with Richard Norton. So once again, another low budget, I believe, film in the Philippines. You know the type, right? Again, very good condition tape. The tape inside is super clean. The sleeve is great. I changed the sleeve, by the way. I had like another one which was the same brand and similar, yeah, same label and everything. But yeah, there's no sun fade or barely any sun fade on the spine. Very good condition. Quite happy about this one. It's just little tape like that, but price was decent, and it's not stuff that you see too often, so that was great. This is actually quite rare now. It used to be very easy to find, but now it's kind of super rare. It's Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1. The other parts, you can see them from time to time. I do have like most of them in stock, but strangely, Part 1, I have to admit, it's been a really long time since I've seen a Part 1 in the wild or at all. You know, they just don't pop up these days. And to be fair, this one is in very good shape. By that I mean it's kind of impossible, strangely, to find this tape unfaded. By unfaded, of course, I mean on the spine, right? But this one has like minimal sun fade. I mean, if you're a collector, this is a very good copy to have in your collection. The other only little defect is on the corner right here. Like the box was, it has a little bit of a rip, and you see like the white there because it had like a tiny fold. But other than that, it's in very good shape. Of course, I can change the box. I didn't. Usually I do, but this one has the original Daewoo box, so that's why I didn't swap the casing for a better looking one. So I just cleaned it up and I kept it as original as possible. So that's Nightmare on Elm Street. Here I got two oddball films, which I just picked up because why not? They're just erotic films, Korean erotic film. This one I picked it up just because of the label alone, so which is Han Sinetown, and this is kind of it's one of my favorite labels from like the Korean erotic era, like which was very big at the end of the 90s. Mostly in the 90s. The 90s were like huge for Korean erotica. Anyway, this one is I don't know what it is, to be honest. It looks fun, looks funny. Their artwork on the cover is always it's always out there like this. It's quite fun. Okay, the other one is also Korean erotica. I have part 1 of this lying around somewhere, and I wasn't sure if I had part 2. Anyway, I saw it. The price was good. It's unfaded spine, very nice copy. I was like, why not? And price was good, so just grabbed it. Turns out I don't have it. So yeah, it has like some kind of Japanese settings, which is kind of interesting, considering Japan and Korea usually don't have a very friendly cooperation or anything. But anyway, so this could be interesting. Maybe it's just like a Korean point of view of Japan, or some Japanese girl or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, now let's go to big pieces. So, well, look at this. Found this. This was from online, because I told you at the beginning that I found some tapes online. Of course, the cool stuff, I don't find it in the wild, or I mean, what I do consider like the more expensive or the like highly collectible tapes, I don't really find them, or difficult to find in the wild. But this was found online, so that was from a website. Sadly, well, if you look at it, as you can see, well, okay, there's no tape inside. Well, the thing is, I kept the box. I kept the cassette because, as you can see, the sleeve, everything is pretty much near mint. But that was the reel. And as you can see, this is a big no-no. I mean, maybe you'll say, okay, you made a video before and you can clean this up. You're right, I can clean this up. However, the problem is not there. The problem is on the ribbon itself. So do you see, it's kind of hazy, you know, it's not like perfectly black shiny. It's kind of, it has like that milky, I wouldn't say texture. I don't know how to explain, but I guess by what I'm showing you, you know what I mean. So this type of surface on the tape, it means throw it in the trash. It won't play. It will just mess up with your VCR. So anyway, I fast forwarded the tape a little bit to see if it was like that throughout the tape, and it looks like it's, you know, it's on probably on the entire movie, so it's worthless. If it was just at the beginning of the tape, you know, where usually you have your trailers, or perhaps like a little bit of the intro of the film, it's okay, you know, it's worth cleaning it up, even though the playback will suffer. But in this case, it's probably the whole movie will suffer. So for me, this is garbage, and of course I cannot sell that. People will be pissed, like with a reason. So yeah, I'll just keep the box, which is beautiful, near mint. But if I do find another copy, well, you know, I can do a switch here. So that's the good thing. Okay, now down to the last thing. Remember last week I showed you this, right? Which is Deadly Prey. Well, again, found this one online, which is so weird because, as I told you, and it's no joke, it took me 7 years almost to track down a second copy. And now within a matter of, I would say, a month, I found 2 copies. So I found 2 copies in such a short time. But the cool thing though is that they are different. So you see, this is the first version. It has like that kind of golden embossed thing on the side for the logo of the company, Ghana. This one doesn't have it, but they both have the same screenshot. This one has a bit less sun fade than that one. Overall, of course, the red is better here, but it's a kind of a foil type of cover gimmick thing. This one is just like typical, just print. And again, at the very bottom, this one looks better than that one. And it doesn't have any damage at the very bottom. So yeah, and from the back, yeah, they look exactly the same right here, except this one is a bit better as well. So yeah, better print, I guess, overall. So yeah, this was also online. I didn't find this in the wild. I found this online. So very happy. I mean, I got the 2 different versions. This one is probably the best looking one of the two overall, but still very happy to find that I found this one. Let me just show you everything. So this is everything I got in the past 2 weeks, more or less. I'm still so sad for this, by the way. This is heartbreaking. So yeah, I'm still waiting for, I would say, about 4 or 5 tapes that I should get perhaps this week. I will make another video next week or maybe this weekend. So everyone stay tuned and have a great week, and see you again next time.